Stupid hoe, man.
Why do I have a dead hoe in the shop? Should have parked it outside somewhere. Bit the bullet, guys. Bit the big one. Bought that vertical log splitter thing, like I was talking about in the, I don't know, stump video. The video where I fell some trees and pulled some stumps out. I don't even know what to call that thing. Basically the issue is that I have a bunch of these giant logs. And for years now I've been just kind of moving them around because I can't split them. Don't really want to throw them in the bonfire as well. Maybe there's still some good firewood left here. And this thing is just not up for the task. So this thing is rated maximum log thickness, about 30 centimeters I think. So this much. Don't get me wrong though, it can split a lot more. The biggest I put on here was 86 centimeters. So that was like this much. And the thing actually split it. But I had to lift that piece on here with the excavator because it was just so heavy. And that's the issue with these things. If you are gonna split bigger logs, you just can't lift anything on here. You can take it lower by taking the legs away. Then it will be sitting right at the ground, which would definitely help. But man, maybe sometimes it will not be able to split it. And what if it gets stuck on the wedge there? I've had that happen to me before, and sometimes it's just so hard to get the log unstuck. Another problem with this type of log splitter is that sometimes when you're splitting relatively dry lumber, the log just explodes, man. Kaboom! 2 pieces just go flying. There's really nothing here to hold the log or pieces in place. Here we do have some sort of gauge related setup. But other than those 2 issues, guys, I don't want to run this thing to the ground. This thing is actually an amazing log splitter. So if you're not planning to split anything bigger, let's say like 40, this is a perfect tool. It's relatively cheap, it will literally last forever, and it will get the job done. I've used this for about 4 years now, and I think it's an amazing tool. But I wanted to go a bit bigger. So that thing is a 6.5 ton. This thing should be 12 ton. And that thing uses a single phase. This thing needs a 3-phase power source. So I think it was, what, like 3.5 kilowatts, 400 volts. And overall, I think I got a pretty sweet deal on this thing. The retail price for it, $1,260, I believe. Out of pocket, I paid $958. And the best part is it's already assembled. I specifically asked to have the thing assembled. I don't want to put these things together. It's like putting together IKEA furniture. Complete nightmare that. It's like, I don't know, half a year to assemble the thing. No thank you. So here's some content. I actually wanted to build my own log splitter. I've been holding off buying this thing for about 2 years now. But I just simply have no time. So much stuff going on, I just have no time. Maybe in the future. But I'm not even sure if this vertical style is worth it. Maybe it's complete junk. I just have never used or even tried them. Guess we'll see how this works. I mean, the design of this thing is pretty straightforward, I guess. Got the nuclear reactor up here, fuel tank down here, bump some wheels for the transport bit, on and off switch, I don't know, harness, gauge setup, because this is the splitting maul. Man, this thing is huge. Why is it so big? Directly welded to some box tubing. Set up down there. To the ram, obviously. So that's a double acting cylinder in there. Considering this thing has a well done splitting force, I'm kinda surprised it does not have a 4-way wedge. But I think we can fix that. Anyway, it has support plate as well, which is removable. And this thing should be able to split up to 1 meter. 1 meter logs, guys, which is this much, guys. Wow. Bro, that's quite a bit. I don't have a single fireplace which can take 1 meter logs. So I don't think I need that option just yet. But it's good to have anyway. But I think that's about it, guys. No idea how the thing works though. Figure it out. How hard can it be? It took 3 of us to lift it on the trailer. And I don't think these wheels will work in deep snow. I even struggled a bit outside and I had that area cleared. So I think I'm gonna do some redesigning. Maybe make an attachment for the Bobcat or something. So I could just pick it up with the skid steer. So the guy told me that it should be operational. I think I have some power here maybe. Oh, so I need the extension cord. Will this work? Well, it would if we didn't have a bunch of useless crap in the way. Guess I need the extension cord. Guys, wanna know something interesting? 3-phase extension cord. Why is it so expensive? Dude, they wanted $250 for 30 meters of extension cord. Man, that's almost like 1/3 of the price of the splitter itself. I refuse to pay that. Instead, I went to some local electrician shop, bought 30 meters of 3-phase power cord and a couple of plugs. So I paid $7 and about $100 for the cable. 114 euros combined. By making this thing myself, I'm literally gonna save like 130 euros. That's just ridiculous. That makes no sense. Don't buy extension cords, guys. Just make them yourself. Kuidas see jobu lahti tuleb, noh? Yeah, it would be great if it would work. Check this out, guys. The first time I'm seeing this type of connection. It's spring operated, so there's a little spring there keeping on tension. That's genius. Usually I've dealt with the screw in type, but they're kind of junk. Over time the screw, it will let go, and then things just kind of catch on fire. This seems like a better option. I don't think I even need some type of terminal. Should be okay by just sticking the thing in there. That's about it. Easy as pie. Okay, that's one side finished. Man, why is this different? Can't it be the same one? Man, that thing doesn't like the ground wire for some reason. Bad relationships, maybe. $250 extension cord, done for 130 $14. Total win. Okay, started going off on me. It has automatic return, guys. Okay, so if the lever is this way, then the thing will not go up automatically. And I think I can even adjust the speed. Wait a minute. That's pretty neat, guys. I think I'm gonna have a new best friend. Until recently, that was my new best friend. But I have a new best friend, so bye-bye. I mean, obviously we have to go get a log or something. Gotta do that splitting part. I'm gonna get a really funky log. Something beefcake. Man, this would be perfect. So this, and I think that one. Giant nuts everywhere. And this one looks like that. Should be pretty hard. So if I put the log on the bottom bed there, the thing would not even split it. That's kind of lame. This should be interesting. Man, this log is just all over the place. This is like the ultimate test here. You wouldn't split wood like this normally. Kuradi kõver jobur raisk. What a piece of lumber. Check that resin out. Wow. Who the hell cut this log, man? Obviously the guy was on cocaine or something. Kurat, see ei püsi siin üldse püsti. Okay, so before I talk about upgrades, let's test the maximum length on this thing. I think it was 1 meter long, so I need to remove this plate and get a 1 meter log. Weirdest washer I ever seen. Have you guys seen this type of washer before? They're kind of bent, but I think they're supposed to be like that. Thinking there's some type of a locking washer. First time I'm seeing something like this. What the hell? Man, you need one hell of a fire blaze to burn that log. Can you fit that thing in there? I definitely cannot fit that thing in there. And no, that's not what she said. So guys. Kus hambad on?
Mul ka tulevad varsti hambadala.
Okay guys, so immediately I noticed a couple of things about this splitter that will kinda suck. Let's write them down before I forget about it. Okay, so obvious first issue. This thing definitely needs, or rather deserves, a 4-way splitter head, which we'll be making in this video later on. Not sure about the design yet, but I don't know, figure something out. Second problemo. Thing does not go down enough. Look how much free space there is still left here. Now I've had this issue on the other log splitter, but on that log splitter the free space is about this much. On this one it's almost 3 times of that. Actually most of the logs that I split do not have this issue, but some of the logs, well, they don't want to split in half. Bunch of fibers still hold the 2 pieces together. So you have to kind of manually try to get the thing into 2 pieces. I've been struggling with that, and I was hoping this would not be the case with this splitter. Alas, it's actually a lot worse. So I need to somehow raise this, maybe build a second platform on top of here. I want the gap to be as minimal as possible. I'm thinking like 10 millimeters should be fine. The third thing that kind of sucks about it is something to do with the same cover plate down there. Slippery. It does have some type of pattern here. My logs were just slipping left and right. I need something better. Fourth issue. Ergonomics. They're gonna suck on this thing. You know, when working, it's best if the back is constantly straight. You can't do this with the splitter. You have to work like this. It would be perfect if it was a bit higher. This much. I'm not really sure how to solve that problem. I don't think I want like a permanent design change. Maybe I will just build some type of a platform under it. I don't know. We'll figure that bit out. Fifth issue, man. Wow, this thing has so many problems. Why did I even buy this thing? All right, so I can fix it. Safety. So while I was operating the thing, all I could think about was, what if the log like split? Slipped from the blade there and directly flew at me. 12 tons, guys. What if it slips under 12 tons of pressure? That log is gonna fly like a bullet out of here, directly into my balls. So I definitely want some type of a protection bar in front of the operator. I mean, something like this. Yeah, I don't think these turn out. And I mean, this thing is pretty pointless. Squeeze one more fault into this thing. Transport. You know, those wheels are probably fine if you're splitting wood on concrete somewhere. But the thing weighs like 160 kilos. And usually when I split firewood, it's during the winter time. Bunch of snow, ice, whatnot on the ground, and you can't really move very well. So those wheels are kind of pointless trying to pull it uphill, for example. It's just impossible. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some type of a bobcat attachment for it. One more thing that I hate about it. The log bench where the log is sitting. Well, you guys saw that it was still hard to get that giant log on top of here. You could do it, but maybe you would break your back and then it's not that cool anymore. So while I redesign this a bit, I'm also gonna factor that issue in. Maybe make like an extra step here so you can step it up, bro. So that thing, I'm not sure how important that is, but even if you're not using it, it's constantly running. This thing, man, every time you split a log, you need to turn on the motor. So if you have like 1,000 logs to go through, got to restart that motor over 1,000 times. I don't think that's very good for the motor. So for induction motors, it's always better if they're constantly running, even if there's no load on them. Another thing that I love about this thing is the return. The way you can control the return. This is a much better design than what's on the other splitter. On this model, it will always return to the start position, I guess. And there is this set screw thing here that you can set the amount it can return and then it will just stop. But man, this is just pointless. This design is just crap. It never works. But I think that's about it, guys. I can't really think of anything else that I immediately like about this thing. Or maybe that thing, I don't know. You know, I was kind of hoping that this video is going to be a short one. That I would just kind of review this thing. Split some lumber. Bye-bye, see you in the next one. Type of deal. But I got so much crap to fix. What a headache. Oh well. Let's get to work. Okay, so about the 4-way wedge. Definitely don't want to weld anything on top of this metal. I'm thinking I'm gonna make an attachment that is removable as easily as possible. ow, 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 ow. It should work. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. This is as quick release as you can get. Should do fine. So next up would be the secondary wedge. I'm thinking let's use the plate that I was unable to drill. Ultimate strength, this thing. I'm guessing something like this should work. Do on each side. Dude, this is definitely harder than steel. Saw how fast I went through that thing? Steel yard messed up. This isn't me harder than steel. I did not ask for this. quite the wedge there. Basically guys, be right back. I'm gonna melt this thing into oblivion. Gotta make it as strong as possible. Actually guys, before welding it into oblivion, I took a pretty long break from this project. I really wanted to work on the cabin and I did some thinking in the meantime. I thought this setup would not work very well. It would have split it one way, but I think most of the logs, they would have not split 4 ways. Maybe some would, but I think most would not. Mostly because the secondary wedges, they were just kinda too far away. So I decided to take them a bit closer. Did a bit of redesigning. So in my second revision, I think I took the secondary wedges a bit too close to the main wedge. Definitely don't want to split 4 ways in a single push. I think that's asking a bit too much. So firstly, want to split it into 2 and then immediately followed into 4. If you just try to push it into 4 from the get-go, then I think even 12 tons is not enough in most cases. So I decided to add a little bit of extra length to the main wedge, just to make sure that the main split happens before the secondary split happens. Pretty much just kind of dap welded everything together. Found a couple of really dry spruce logs. Tested the setup out, seemed to have worked. Then I just kind of proceeded to melt everything together. Decided to go with an electrode rod because I have faith in that thing, and I think welding thick steel electrode wins every time. I went with a 2.5 7018 welding rod. I usually get pretty good results with those rods, so I use them in most cases. Sometimes when I do really thick welding, I go 3.25. The grade is the same though. So after the meltdown, pretty much just grinded the cutting edges. Sort of sharp, but nothing too sharp. You don't really need super sharp edges on a log splitter. So most of the time you're splitting green lumber. Green lumber will always be soft. So the wedge does not need to be super sharp. What a freaking beefcake, man. This thing should last at least a couple of logs. But I'm overall pretty happy how it came out. Holy moly. This thing actually looks pretty cool. Now I did not add a secondary plate on this side because of some clearance issues. That plate would have struck this piece. Would even fit, to be honest. Okay, well, I'm gonna add one there as well. Normally I probably wouldn't split something this big with a 4-way splitter anyway. So this would be like an ultimate test for the thing. And that went relatively good, I would say. Well, the thing definitely has enough Tesla power. So apparently a 4-way wedge is not the issue for this thing. Bro, I'm really happy how this came out. Seems to be working fine. And I think it's sort of unbreakable, so should be on the safe side. Firewood. It's so cold right now, I'm just kind of tempted to just build a campfire on the floor here. So what's next? I think the 4-way went quite successfully. Scored like a lot. The compressor does not agree though. That's just because he did not get any action. So what's next? Does not go down enough. Too slippery and transport. Think I can solve these three with a simple upgrade. Yeah, let's do that. Suht, ma arvan, üks siia, teine siia, 50-50, 21, 21, 21, 22. Okay, so that's one of the ways how you can get a slightly bent steel blade nicely straight again, not a banana anymore. What about this thing though? Huh. How about that? I'm not really sure which way is better. Locks can slip every way, really. Looks pretty cute, wouldn't you agree? Definitely cuter than what we had before. Should be less slippery this. A lot more heavy though. Man, this looks so much cooler. Why can't they make crap like this from the factory? Well, that takes care of this bit, that bit. Focus on this bit the last. Let's do whatever. Let's do safety next. Remember that lock that I split earlier? That thing kinda exploded on me. No, that lock was a deep frozen ash. The boom though, it was just so loud. Couldn't hear anything from my left ear for like 10 seconds. It was just numb. Pieces flew that way, that way. Luckily, I did not get hit with anything. So we got these bars here, we got that thing there, which kind of helped with the explosion, but nothing in this direction. Thinking, let's make something simple. Something simple that will kind of guard this area slightly, and I think I'm gonna utilize these posts. Man, this pipe is perfect. Perfect size, but check that weld line in there. The hell, man, it's like a piece of rebar in there. Took me like 10 minutes, man. Think it should work. And if I have a big lock to put there, I can just take it off. No problem. Good to know that my balls are safe. I hope. Sort out the transport now. You know, like I said, most likely I'm gonna use the thing only in the winter time. Then those wheels down there are kind of pointless. But I don't want to remove them. But I'm thinking I should probably make like a bobcat attachment for it or something. Bro, this thing is gonna be like a Starship launch pad or something. Elon, call me up. I got you covered. You guys remember this piece from that piece of crap there? So when I'm gonna lift the thing with the bobcat, I don't think those two bolts will be able to hold up the entire wood splitter. So I figured maybe I could reuse it there. Add a bit of extra holding strength. How about that? Same thickness steel and also perfect size. It's like the Weiss company and the wood splitter company were together or something. The steel is just so thick. I don't think I can thread that. Well, if one day I'm gonna need some longer locks, cut the thing off, I guess. But considering I have no fire stove that will take 1 meter logs right now, don't think I will need that option anyway. So we sorted out the transport part. Maybe. Okay, so the transport bit definitely works. Focus on the ergonomics now. You know what? I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it as is. I can rest my bombs on this bar, so it's not really a big deal. As long as the back is supported, right? Plus, I don't need to build like a separate frame under the thing. I think it might look a bit weird if I did that. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that crap for now. Most likely not gonna achieve anything if I did that. So I guess that kind of concludes the list. No idea what the crap is this about. If I can't remember, then it's not important. You know what? I'm gonna go get a piece of that C4 lumber. That thing will most likely explode. Let's see how this works. Well, that was a lot less dramatic. I'm gonna get a longer piece. Maybe we'll get a bigger boom. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up now. What do you think? Was this thing worth buying? And were all upgrades I made to it, well, upgrades or downgrades? Were they any good? I think some of them were. Guess we'll see. I'm gonna wait a bit for some warmer weather. It's kind of ice age mode right now. So once we get some warmer weather, nicer temperature, I'm gonna get this thing out to the field and gonna split some lumber with it. But until then, as always, thanks for watching. Guess we'll see you in the next one. Bye.